It's your boy, TS.
And Jamie, and welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2022.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I present the Radio 1 Rock Show, a podcast called Someone Who Isn't Me, and I do a bunch of other stuff like painting album covers and playing in bands and stuff.
I mean, the first question I tend to ask everybody is, how was your pandemic season?
I mean, we're not out of it, are we? But
Well, no, but...
we are, but we aren't. But it was weird from a work perspective. It was tough because so I started doing the radio show from home.
Okay.
Which was put as a pre-recorded thing rather than live.
Okay.
Which I found really weird. Because I found that I started overthinking everything.
Yeah.
Like just stupid things that no one's going to care about. Like, I really like the way you did that slight slapback delay to transition into that song that I'd spend way too much time on. Do you know what I mean? And no one's gonna notice. So it ended up like it was taking me an hour and a half. It was taking me a day and a half to do a 2-hour show.
No way.
Just because I was overthinking everything. I think like everybody else. You started becoming really internalized during the course of the pandemic, and because of the isolation as well, I found that I was just getting really just stupidly overworked over things that meant nothing. So it took me a minute to realise that, but I live quite a hermit's life anyway, I guess, realistically, compared to a lot of people. So, as weird as the whole of this has been, it has also been like quite similar to a lot of, I'd like vast stretches where I'd just be working at home the whole time anyway, because I'd like painting or making music, and I wouldn't go out that much and see that many people. Other than shows, so that was the thing that really impacted me. I think, like not being able to get out to gigs and stuff like this, and just catching up with everyone. But it's been I'm lucky, I think, because a lot of other people had it really, really tough, and it's been a really trying period, especially mentally.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But it's good that, at least you got to keep yourself busy. I know there's a lot of people out there that were just like, I have no idea what to do in my life right now.
Well, I know that was... Well, I speak to a lot of bands, obviously, through work and crew, and I realise that a lot of people whose entire world is aside from making records, would be then touring it, and, that's how they make their money, most of them. And a lot of people, when that was taken away, found that they were starting to question their purpose, which is a big existential crisis that people had. Regardless of what job you did, it didn't matter if you were in a band or whether you're, working in a shop. It's no different. I think everybody started to really, just question themselves about that, and that was a really tough thing. That was the hardest thing for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the music and the arts industry have got forgotten about anyway, in regards to... Yeah.
I mean, compared to other countries in Europe, it's crazy. Well, not just Europe, around the world. I'd speak to some friends and they'd be like, oh yeah, the government's doing this grant so we can keep going and do this, and these things are put in place. But here, I mean, let's not get too much.
No, let's not.
Because that's a whole bag of shite anyway. But weirdly enough, they didn't seem to care about the arts, among other things that they don't care about. But that's that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll move on quite soon. Yeah.
I'll have a swig of this.
By all means. So how are you finding the festival so far?
Wicked.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it's always ace here. I always have this. I think the sense of community here is amazing, and when it's like this as well. I'm not going to complain. I know it is a bit much. But I'll take this over it, pissing it down every day.
Yeah, it's a classic British reaction, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
No matter what the weather is, we're going to complain about it.
Yeah, full Goldilocks. Oh, this is too hot. Oh, this is too wet.
Oh,
yeah, whatever. This is wicked, man. But yeah, I do love it here. I mean, festivals in general are great, but I think Bloodstock always manages to do it really well.
Agreed.
It's such a great atmosphere. I haven't been to a Bloodstock since 2006, and the one thing I've noticed more than anything is it's just so bloody friendly. Everyone's so nice.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, but you know what it's like, man. It's like we're such an insular community anyway, because we feel like we're the underdogs, and you know, I know people don't really look at it that way too much, but the reason we all got into certain forms of music is because of that anyway. You know, that we found the thing that resonates most with us, but and that can be really niche at times and very fringe, and that's so when you get a big group of people together that have that in common, it's just only a beautiful thing. Everybody celebrates the music that's impacted their lives and changed their lives for the better, I think.
What brings you here this year? Are you working, or are you just coming to see some bands, seeing friends?
I mean, you know, I love coming here anyway, and they always make me feel so welcome, and they're super hospitable. So I'll come as long as I was going to say as long as they keep saying, "Would you like to come?" But I'd come anyway, regardless. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done a little bit of like some interviews and stuff, but not a bunch. It's more just a case of just being here, catching up with people, and you know, I guess the weird thing about life now is like posting stuff on social media. Is that work? Not really. but you know what I mean? It's like it's just trying to support things in any way you can, and like so I'm going to be here tomorrow morning, Sunday. But obviously I do the radio show on a Sunday night, so I'm gonna have to head back sort of midday, I guess, maybe a bit later. So I'm gonna miss Lamb of God, which I'm gutted about because I mean they're an incredible band, but also like I love those dudes, like Randy and Mark especially. So I'm gonna miss actually seeing them, which is gonna be a bum out. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, could be worse. Could be worse than mine.
Yeah.
Good way of looking at it. Good way of looking at it.
Yeah. That's the way I've always looked at things.
Is there any particular band you are here to see, or is it just see you see around?
I mean, Bet Him Off last night. I love that band, and again, good people. So yeah, I thought their show was incredible. I thought there was a moment where I said to Nurgle afterwards, I filmed it actually, when they were playing. You know the song Bart's a Bell? And they have the song Bart's a Bell, and one of the lyrics is about the moon rising. So while they're playing, I look over and there was like, throughout the start of the song through to the end, the moon rose above all the cloud cover.
That's
and
wicked.
it was like so metal. It was unbelievable.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and it was like this really orange moon as well, full moon. And but it was sick because they started the song and you could just see like that weird sort of shimmering over the crest of the clouds.
Yeah.
And by the end of the song, it was out and above. And I filmed the end of the song and sort of panned over. And said to him afterwards, he was well chuffed.
That's awesome.
That was a very metal moment.
So obviously,
Machine Head yesterday was incredible.
we missed them. We were interviewing at the time, so we didn't get a chance to go and watch them.
I mean, they've not played a festival show in like 8 years, so that was a real coup. To do that as a secret set was amazing.
Didn't they announce it like 4 days before that they were playing it? I think the guitarist did it.
Yeah, there might have been somebody
Accidentally.
A little bit of a faux pas, yes.
Yeah.
We'll see you all in the UK. Wait, what?
Yeah. It was funny as well because I had a couple of mates going, mate of mine's just seen Rob Flynn in Derby. Are they playing? And I was like, I don't know.
Just here to see friends, that's all.
Yeah.
Just
Just
here to see
doppelganger out again.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a great moment. So there was a bunch of great stuff yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what exactly do you know of Sophie's story?
I'm aware of the whole story, which is tragic. I think that it's always tough to say about good things coming out of tragic events. But I feel like when it feels like what's happened here out of that situation, I think is quite a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
celebratory, and I think it's everything like all of us can identify with. Because as I was saying earlier, like when you're a kid and you're the kid that's into the music that isn't the cool thing to like or that everybody else likes, and you dress in a certain way, because the thing with this music is it's not just like there's very few people that get into a form of music like this and then don't go wholesale with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just that, it's your entire lifestyle, and it's the way you dress, and it's the other people that you share your time with and connect with. And that will always be something that people that don't get it will always kind of, whether it's just like a weird snide comment or a raised eyebrow, through to the most extreme case, which is something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So for them to do this and raise awareness, I think is a beautiful thing, and to celebrate somebody's life and name through something like this is great. That doesn't, doesn't make it any better.
No. But
As a parent,
they so could have easily just lost their shit and started, fighting back, as it were, but they fought back in the most beautiful way possible.
Yeah, and that shows an incredible amount of grace.
Yeah.
I don't think I deal with the New Blood. The New Blood was announced so late. So the reason we wanted to talk to you about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation as well is because you are somewhat of an advocate for the metal community. You're on BBC Radio spreading the word for the rock community. You're here every festival and everything like that. And it sort of goes hand in hand, You're spreading awareness of the rock community, they're spreading awareness to basically say, we are a community, we are our own people, and we deserve to be respected as such and not bullied and outcasted for being that.
Yeah.
So, what you do and what they do in some roundabout way go hand in hand. And I just think it's a beautiful thing, people out there supporting this community.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I grew up, this music changed my life. Ever since I was like teeny tiny and I'd stole a bunch of cassettes off my brother.
Yeah.
Like, first time I made an album, Highway to Hell by AC/DC, first Motorhead record, well, cassette actually. But yeah, and then that's that. Then as soon as you're in, and that's your life, whether you like it or not. So I think having got into it that way and then played in bands, and I know how important something like Radio 1 could be for the bands when I played in it. So to now have that position, I'd see people like Lamont and Zane Lowe and Marianne Hobbs and other champions through different periods at Radio 1, long before I was ever going to work there. It was never on my list of things to do. I'm stoked, but yeah, it was so out of the blue. But anyway, regardless, I knew what a big difference that would make to bands, so I do feel like a certain responsibility now. I try not to think about that too much.
Yeah.
Maybe just do your editing. But it is nice to be able to be in a position where I can support bands and and play things on national radio. Like even the most, maybe not. Yeah, no. The full-on stuff that you get here to play it on national radio is like it makes me feel joyful.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I was a kid and I heard like John Peel play Napalm Death or any of those artists, amazing. Like, I feel like this is incredible. So to be able to do that now is like, it's great.
Do you get free reign of what you play, or do you get? You do, yeah.
Yeah, if you listen to the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also very aware that as it is, this is changing, but at the moment, and has been for the last however many years that I've been at Radio 1, 15 years now, there was 2 hours per week that would be dedicated to rock and metal. And that's a lot of ground to cover, because you go to someone, you're into metal? And they go, yeah. But it's like, what? Like what? because, you know, it's like everybody's into, oh yeah, well I like death metal, or I love black metal, but I don't like death metal, or I love classic rock, but I don't like new metal, or so many like weird little subgenres, and yeah, to cover all of it from like start the show playing the poppiest stuff, like a lot of pop punk stuff, or a lot of the newer stuff where it's almost like music that's brought rock in as part of its, you know, DNA, through to end up playing like a 15-minute doom metal track at the end, or like some really weird, noisy, screamy 2-minute blast of just abrasive annoyance that I love. Do you know what I mean? That I love, and it's just to have the opportunity to do that is amazing, and I think really important.
Yeah, agreed.
Without, you know, trying to be like, oh, you're doing an important job. Well done, me. I don't mean it like that. I just think whoever's doing that role has a lot of ground to cover in the short space of time that we have, and also like they have a commitment to do that. But that's not to say that you still wouldn't get a bunch of people going, oh, you don't play this and you don't play that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Play that, you know, that's our world.
Exactly. As the old saying goes, you can't please everyone.
For sure.
Dan, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time out to sit and chat to us. We really appreciate it, my friend.
Man,
and
mate.
enjoy the rest of your festival.
Wicked. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers for that.
Wonderful. No, seriously.